Hey there, everybody. This is Chris McClure from McClure Dev Solutions. In this video, we're going to run through some common problems that non-tech founders have when trying to select a development agency. So let's go to the little box. Hey there, you see me down here? So you like my little presentation I put together for you? Let's step through some slides, and I want to talk through really the three problems with agency software development that you're going to run into as a non-tech founder. So let's imagine, if you can, you're on a couch, you're listening to some super boring presentation at work, playing on your cell phone, when all of a sudden you have a brilliant idea. You have just thought of the best idea. It's going to be a software product. You're going to make a ton of money. People are going to line up. They're going to want to use your application. But then you start to think, and all of a sudden, all the problems start to flow forth. You say, how am I going to build this thing? What's going to happen? I'm going to have to go out there and figure out how to fund this. So the very first problem you're going to find when you start talking to development agencies, in your head, you're going to think, will you make it correctly? So I took this from r/startups on Reddit. I want to thank C Assistant 9216, and he put this out there and said, hey, I'm a non-tech founder. I outsourced my development and got a prototype up. It's a really crappy prototype, nothing like I wanted the end product to be. Luckily, in his case, it still garnered a lot of attention because he had a good product. But this happens a lot, right? You go out there, I've heard case after case after case where you pay people, you have high expectations, and you get back crap. So really, how can you ensure that when you go pay somebody, you're going to get what you want? Well, first thing, and we're going to talk about these a lot, is testimonials. I don't know who put these there. That's amazing. They're talking about our team. But if you can have some testimonials from people that say, this person, this customer used this product and they liked it and they're willing to put their name behind it, that's a great start. So here are a couple other ways that you can kind of get over this hump to figure out, will they be able to deliver? And the very first one is references. I get people a lot when they come talk to our services. They say, hey, I like your service. I'm talking to you. It sounds like you know what you're doing, but I don't really know you that well. Do you have some references or previous customers? And in this case, I've got some very satisfied previous customers. I can give them their contact information. They're willing to spend a little bit of time on the phone, and they're able to talk back and forth. And it gives you a chance as the founder to say, hey, can this development agency do this for me? Will they be able to deliver? So references are number one. Another great thing to look for, ask for, is previous projects. Can they show you some previous projects they've done? Can they show you how much they cost? Can you show you, was it on time? And then gives you a chance to walk through, because there's a lot of times out there they'll say, I can build it, I can do it. And you look at a previous project and you go, oh my God, this thing's garbage. And then the last one, and this one might be a little bit harder for you to tell, but you want them to be able to use popular technology. Are they building their applications in Python? Are they building them with the cloud? Are they building with .NET or Azure or Google? Just so you know that if for some reason in 2 years you're no longer working with them, they've left you something with popular technology. Okay? The next question is, how can I trust them to handle it? Now, what do I mean by this? I've talked to a lot of founders who have paid money to people, and they've run into problems like this. The founder is working with a development agency, and it's just not going right. So the founder's busy trying to make sales. The founder's busy networking, raising money, and now they got to step in for development, and they got to help get the development team back on track. That is not what you want when you're paying. Another one is ghosted by agencies. I can't believe I'm saying this. I have talked to multiple founders, like probably at least 5 or 6, who have paid somebody. Unfortunately, it gives kind of a bad impression, but a lot of them have been offshore agencies. They paid for them. Either they got some product or they got no product, and the development agency just stopped picking up the phone. And that sucks because they spent a lot of money on that and they got nothing. Or they're just hard to work with. Now, I like to think of when you meet a development agency or CTO or something, it's kind of like a courting process. These are people you're going to spend a lot of time with, invest a lot of money with over a long period of time. And if they're hard to work with, you don't want to be dealing with them. So again, a couple things you can do. We talked about testimonials. If there are other people that are willing to say that they did a good job, that's a great start. I'd also make you look and say, how long have they been in business? Has it been weeks, months, or has it been years? Because there's a client that I'm working with who they started with a CTO, not a development agency, but the CTO started off very smart, very sharp guy, put their tech stack together, got him going. But guess what? After maybe 6 months, He just wasn't as excited about the project. And all of a sudden, he says, guys, sorry, I'm out of here. And all of a sudden, they're left with, half a product, and they have to figure out what to do. So if you can look at someone who's been in business for a while, that'll give you an opportunity to go, okay, well, they have testimonials, they have references, they've been in businesses for a while, and that's my last one, references. That's a pretty good start. Okay, the next one, and this is one we're gonna dive into. So this video might go a little long, but it costs so much. So we want to reach out to an agency. It's going to cost a lot of money. So I found one, clutch.co. You can go there right now. I'll leave a link in the description. And here are some of the prices. And I'm actually going to pull the website up in a second. We're just going to go through. I haven't practiced this at all. We're just going to look at some stuff and see what we can get for a monthly value. These are kind of the high end. We can see on here, we're going to get some application development. I mean, these are pretty good for $60,000 a month. They promise to deliver it in a month. That's awesome. But you're like, Chris, I see some that are on there for less than $5,000. Well, what exactly are you getting? Some of these are out of country. So we got Berlin. This one's out of Florida. What are you going to get? You're going to get user research. They're going to build you a prototype. They're going to do UI design and development. That's not an application, right? So we're already looking. We know bottom barrel is going to be more than $5,000 a month. So I got the website up here. We're just going to pull it up. And let's just kind of go through and look at some right now. I didn't put any filters on. There's 630 prices on here. Let's just scroll down here. Let's look at this one. This one's out of Poland. So this one's for $25,000 a month. You're going to get transparency of the development project, easy professional communication, safe and sustainability of a product, truly cutting edge technology and individual approach. So that really doesn't say a whole lot. Okay, let's go to a different one down here. Man. They're really expensive ones. Okay, $23,000 a month. Okay, so what I kind of like about this one is for $23,000 a month, you know that you're going to get 460 hours worth of work. So let's just pull up a calculator right here, and let's just do this right on the screen. So I'm going to pull this over here. We are going to go 23,000 divided by 460. Say you're going to charge you $50 an hour. I'll be honest, that's pretty good development as long as you're going to do good work. And for this team, so you're going to get a full team. You're going to get UI UX designers, a project manager, and developers. Now, they don't tell you how many, but we know how many hours we're going to get. So I'll be honest, that's not a bad deal. If I would say I don't know them at all, but reach out to them and see what they got. Let's look at another one. This one is in, let's do another. Oh, here's United Kingdom. That doesn't help. All right, here's another Poland one, 30,000. For $30,000 a month, you get a developer part-time, you get a full-time back-end engineer, full-time front-end engineer, part-time QA, which is pretty standard for this, and then a UI UX designer upon the request and will be estimated additionally. So for any UI UX design, aside from the $30,000 a month you're paying them, you're going to have to request that specially. Let's see. Have any more pages? Yeah, let's just randomly click on this one. We'll do one more, and then I'm going to end this part. But this one's out of Dallas, Texas, Lucky Media. So what do you get? You get custom design, CMS, basic SEO, number of website sections. So for $15,000 a month, I don't feel like you get a lot. And I'm sorry, Lucky Media, if you'd like to prove otherwise, I'd love to hear that. And let's go to another one. Here's one for Vietnam. Number of revisions, 1. That's not a very good description. And let's pick one more and end it on that. All right, Irvine, California. What do you get for $23,000 a month? You get, that doesn't tell you much either. So one of my big takeaways from this, because I already did this before I got on here, was that there's a lot of people out there, a lot of different prices, a lot of variances. And I will say one thing that might help you is if you can find someone like me or pay a little bit to another consultant, maybe another developer friend you have that you can find out there, and have them help you pick this part out, because I'll be honest, there's so much money to be lost if you do this wrong. So what's the whole goal of this? If you ever read the book, The Startup J-Curve, what you want to do is you want to beat the J-Curve, right? Because it always starts out in the beginning that everybody's excited, they're ready to go, the all-time high, they're going to build the next big app. And then what happens is, if you can see my mouse, we start to scroll down, and all of a sudden we start to spend money. And this line here is 0. And this is money spent. And all of a sudden you're spending a lot of money, and oh my gosh, you're realizing just to build this MVP costs a ton of money. And this is an MVP. You don't even have it out there yet for product market fit. And then all of a sudden you start to get it out there and you release it. And guess what? You start to change it. All this is costing money. You find that with your original features that you thought were going to be the game changers, now it's something else. It's going to start to morph. And all of a sudden you're going to start to pick up customers. And it takes a long time to get that J curve where you get up here and you start to actually become cash positive. And then I would say my big goal out of this for you, if you want to do well, is the valley of death. That's this little part down here. I didn't make any of these terms up there from the book. You want to keep it as shallow as possible. One of the customers I worked with, we did a really good job. And this is why my team, you'll see, we do have a flexible development plan. So you can spend a little bit each month. So we can build parts as you go. And what we can do from that is build a little bit, test, build a little bit, test. So that way you never really have to go this deep. But again, my biggest tip from this, go ahead and reach out. Reach out to me for a chat. Reach out to another developer you know for a chat. Sit down with them and say, here's my project. Do you have any idea how much it'll cost, how big it'll be? It's amazing the wide ranges you're going to get talking to development shops. Of course, you can always go to McClure Dev Solutions. Go to the website. If you want to, we got a free ebook for you. You can contact us. I'd love to talk to you. I'd love to be able to help you out. We can get you started with this. Thanks for watching and have a great day.